Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and this is Bare Budgets 96. Today we'll be doing a budget with me, but before we get there, I do have some Happy Mail I wanted to talk about. So I had gotten my order from Andy Fiore. I don't actually know if that's how you say her name, so it might be Andy Fiore. I don't know. I'm just ignore that down here. But I did get that, so I got some super cute ones. I love gnomes. My mom and I have always loved gnomes, and actually, so fun story, when I was in high school I did a German exchange program, and so we had a couple of German kids come and stay with my family for 2 weeks, and then we went, or for 3 weeks, and then we went over there for 3 weeks and stayed with their families. And one of the kids brought my family a Gartenzwerg, which is a little garden dwarf. If I remember, I'll try to link a photo of one, like over here in the corner. No guarantees, but it's a little garden dwarf, which is apparently different than a gnome, because we brought them back a gnome from our local college, like our local college sports team. Go Huskers, woohoo. Actually, I went to Huskers. I actually hate football. Moving on, we brought them a little gnome. And I was like, because you brought us a gnome, we brought you a gnome back. And they're like, no, no, no. We brought you a Gartenzwerg, which apparently is very different. And you brought us a gnome. They said gnome. That's apparently how the Germans say gnome. And it was so funny. I told my parents that and they just about died laughing. So ever since then, it's been a gnome. And I know lots of people call them gnomes. It was very funny at the time. So I saw the gnomes and I just had to have it. So there's this one, and then the little gnomes in the truck, so cute. And then it's just a sleeve. And then this one, all of my Halloween little gnomies. So those may or may not be in my Salem savings very shortly. I also bought a London savings, so it's a $500 London challenge. I have been here. It was my favorite city I've ever traveled to. I have also ordered these 3 Nightmare Before Christmas challenges. Did I need them? No, but I'm a sucker for Nightmare Before Christmas things, just like Harry Potter. So there's a $300, $500, and $1,000 one of those. What I'm going to use them for, I have no idea, but they were cute and I love the theme. So I also bought a Sydney Opera House one. It is also $500. That is nowhere near enough to go to Australia. But you know what? Do I actually want to go to Australia? Because they have all of the huntsmen and your girl doesn't do spiders. So maybe I'll go to New Zealand instead, because Australia has all the creepy crawlies, so it seems. And New Zealand seems to be unscathed. So, sorry Danny, we might go there instead. And then I also bought this. This Girls Just Want to Have Funds. This may or may not go into my Salem trip. And if not, into my Salem trip, I'm always planning a girls trip with my best friends, my 2 best friends, and I'm always, like, there's always in the future, right? Nothing's saying that I have to use all of these savings challenges right now. Berlin was my favorite German city that I've been to. I studied abroad there for 6 months and I adored it. So that is $1,000. And then New York was $500. And I'll be honest, I didn't love New York. Like, it was fine. But I really purchased this challenge because it got me into the free shipping category. And shipping was more than the challenge itself was going to cost. So that's the whole reason I really bought that one. But yeah, so that is all of that. Also, Laura, I did get a notice from my post office that I have something from you waiting. I just have to go pick it up. So hopefully next time I have something from Laura over at Laura Bell Creations. But let's actually get into budgeting my paycheck. So if you missed my Monday video, I'm a little behind. I was really sick for the weekend before Thanksgiving. I had food poisoning, and then I slowly started to feel better, and then I got knocked out with another bug, like just a general stomach bug. I don't think it was food poisoning anymore. But that like knocked me out. So then I finally caught up, but I did all of the Christmas shopping, all of the me shopping, all of the car shopping. Like, I just spent so much money. And when I was paying off some of my credit cards, I just let it auto draft from my account and it pulled funds from categories willy-nilly. So I need to do like a full reset of my binder in what I'm going to call a make it right video. But my statement due date was happening and I wasn't sure if it was going to double pull funds because of when I had made the payment. So I had to wait for that to clear out. So it's finally, I think, okay. I'm going to officially just pay off the rest of my card. I don't, to be clear, I keep saying pay off my cards. I don't have debt, but I do leverage a cashback credit card, actually several of them. Don't mind my dog in the background. I'm so sorry for the extra noise. I do leverage a couple of cashback credit cards. And my spending just got a little bit away from me, and I haven't been as diligent with my categories as I should have been with not feeling well and all the things. So I will eventually be filming a make it right video, but I'm going to stuff this paycheck first and then probably a Wicked video, and then I'll actually stuff. So we're going to do a budget with me. I can English. I'm so sorry. Let's try this again. So today's budget with me. Tomorrow will probably be Wicked, and then the next day, I think would be Saturday your time. We'll probably be stuffing my paycheck, and then hopefully Sunday I'll do a make it right. And then I would like for every Sunday going forward to be weekly checking kind of a thing where I'm doing all of the pulling on video, because I have had some people ask me about it. I think some people would find that helpful. It's just be prepared that my make it right video is going to be a mess. Okay, now let's actually start with this budget. So we are budgeting my 1 week worth of paycheck. I did get paid double this. I do split it up weekly. That's just what works best for me. So I have $655 from my paycheck that I'm working with this week. And then I also donated plasma this week, and so I'm working with $120 there. Which gives us a total budgetable income, and I cannot do these things straight on, so let me rotate you guys. I can't rotate you guys. If I do it, no, I can't. I'll try. Okay, so 655 plus 120 is, nope, is that right? 655 plus 120 equals $775 that we are working with this week. Also, your girl has signed up for multiple new subscriptions, some of them monthly, some of them yearly, so we are going to have to figure that out a little bit. It's really unfortunate because I knew that my monthly bills or my weekly bills were $389, and it's really throwing me off because I signed up for those things. I don't regret signing up for those things. It just means I have to once again rework my numbers, and I'm not stoked about that aspect of it. Okay, let me move this out of the way so it's a little bit less glare. Rent thankfully did not change, and that is $275 a week. And then my utilities, I usually save about $100 a month. My utilities for me is just electric. Everything else is included in my rent. Car insurance is also $25 a week. Yearly subs, I did not work out the math on this. Okay, hold on. So YouTube is about 150. Audible is about 250, which that just came out. So there's 400. Then I also signed up for Canva. I'm currently only paying for Canva monthly because it was like 30% off for the next 3 months or actually I think it was 50% off for the next 3 months if you paid for it monthly. But you really do long-term save more if you pay for it yearly. And I didn't look up what that costs. So hold please, let me look that up really fast. Canva yearly cost. Okay, so it says it's 120. So I try to account for tax in this stuff, so we'll say $130. So I need to do 530. Now 530, we'll say divided, hold on. I need to figure this out. So, because that's not actually how I did the math for it. What I did was, I'm trying to remember what I did. Sorry, I told you this video was going to be a mess. So for YouTube, I save $16 a month because I used to pay for, because that's the monthly price. I pay for the monthly price of everything. So 16, oops, hey, clear 16. I don't want to lose this number, so I'm using my phone. 16 plus Audible was $28 plus, what is the Canva monthly price? Oh my God. Phone, just work with me here. Canva monthly. Okay, so it's $15 a month. So we'll say 16. So that's $60 $60 a month in subscriptions. So I need to be budgeting $15 a week. So that means this divided by 15. So in 35 weeks, this should be fully funded. So that's really only $4 more a paycheck than I'm used to. It's an adjustment. Student loans always gets 4, new phone gets 5, and monthly subs. So currently it gets $32 a month, but I have to add on, we'll say 10 for Canva because I like to have a buffer. So 42, but divided by 4 because there's 4 paychecks. Oh, we'll just say $11 a paycheck. I'm hoping that's enough. I feel like I added another subscription too that I just can't. Oh shoot, I did. Times 4 plus, we'll say, I don't remember how much that one costs. I think it's like $6. Okay, so we'll say $60 in monthly subs too, and we'll say 15 because we're gonna be conservative. So that includes my HP Inc. Subscription, and I had thought about, and I did for this month, I don't know if we'll keep it or not, I had thought about joining Kindle Unlimited. Unfortunately, I have not been able to purchase the yearly plan in forever. It used to be a Black Friday deal that you could purchase a whole year's worth, and they ran that deal forever. So like at one point I had like 4 years of that stacked up, and it finally ran out and your girl's missing it. But the problem is I don't read it consistently. So when it was a yearly deal, it made sense for me because I would go in fits and spurts and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm using it. When it's a monthly, it just feels less. Anyway, so we're gonna say 15. Whether or not we actually use all of that, that's gonna be debatable, but I'd rather be cautious. So 275 plus 25 plus 25 plus 15 plus 40 plus 5 plus 15. So $400 even. I don't love that. So we added an extra $11. Is that true? We added an extra 4 here, and then we added an extra 7 here. So yeah, $11. Okay. So 775 minus 400 is 375. We're going to come back to these categories down here. I almost always do those last. Bentley is going to get $15. Car is going to get 5. Holidays is going to get 10. Medical, what did I work out medical? I think it's 20. Hair, clothing, and gifts isn't going to get anything this week. So that's 20, so $50 up here. I'm sorry, I know that's really crooked. So $50 here. So that's $325. CD ladder needs 25. Oh, I forgot bingo. Add that in. Bingo needs 28. And ideally, so I am like, I owe for this week, but I also owe for 2 more weeks. So if I have a lot of savings challenge money, I'd like to bump that up. Wicked is going to get 100. Nothing is going to Harry Potter this time. Rent is going to get 30. Extra rent, excuse me, is going to get 30. I have explained what that category means. Just, I'm not going to do it again in this video. So how much is that? 28 plus, oh, and you know what, actually, I'm going to put an extra 20 into car care and into car, because my plasma money, I made 120 and 100 of that is going into Wicked savings. But I really wanted to boost up my car funds because I did actually buy myself new tires and that drained a lot of what I had. So 28 plus 100 plus 55 is 183 plus 70 plus 400 minus 775. So I'm left with 122 left. It's actually more than I thought we were going to have. So we'll do 50 in the groceries. We'll do 20 in the gas. We'll do 10 into eating out, and these ones are all fine. So that leaves me with $42. What do I want to adjust? Or do I just want to put it all into savings challenges? Let's just put it all into savings challenges because that way I can make up a little bit of bingo, but also I can do other things. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, okay, I'm not mad at that actually. So that, let's add all of this up and make sure it actually equals. So 50, 70, $80 here. So 375 minus 80 is 295. 295 minus 70 is 225. And then I did not add up this, so 25 plus 30 plus 100 plus 42 plus 28 is 225. Perfect. So that means we have $0 left over, which is exactly what we want in a zero-based budget, meaning every dollar has some kind of a job, be she savings, spending, or bills. So perfect. Okay, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a little chaotic while I recalculated what I owed for my bills. And I will do, like I said, my Wicked hopefully tomorrow, and then my my actual paycheck cash stuffing on Saturday. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.